What is going on, everyone? It's Gabe here. I'm so sorry for not making any videos, but work has me busy and I finally found time to actually do this. So this is my 9-month since I had surgery update. For those who are just seeing this video for the first time or checking in on my updates for the first time, I had top surgery with Dr. Medali from Cleveland, Ohio. I had it last August of last year and my results are looking amazing. Let me just pull myself out of this shirt so I can show you all the results of the chest. The scars are still there, but they're pretty much like broken apart at this point. So it's looking great, and I've been working out like crazy. So you can see like I'm definitely getting some muscle definition. The pecs are starting to come through, and you can kind of see that they're actually kind of bulging out. So it's going to be a while before they really come out. But yeah, everything's looking great. The scars seem a little stretched though, but that might be the fact that ever since I was given the okay to go back to working out, it basically stretched, and also I do some physical labor at work, so I probably also stretched in that regard. But otherwise, I'm taking really good care of it, and I thought in this video this would probably be a very good time for me to talk a bit about scar care. Now, this is not really going to apply to everybody who has top surgery, but for people who usually have like double incision or maybe even like periareoli, it's good to talk about like after surgery care and like how to moisturize and everything. And while there are different options out there, I would definitely like to recommend coconut oil. Now, you could get this at any like retail store and everything, but the most important thing is the coconut oil that you buy has to be unrefined because it retains all the minerals and everything. Basically, it comes straight out the coconut. What I do is that I usually moisturize once a day, preferably right before I go to bed, like right after I brush my teeth, I put this on. Now, right now, since the temperature is pretty like, I would say fresh, like let's say 60s, so it's pretty solid right now. Now, if it was like something like 80s and 90s, this would just be pure liquid. But right now, it's in this solid state, and it's looking pretty nice. So I take a little bit of this, and I literally massage it right on the nipple. Depending on the sensitivity or like how far along you are, you might have some sensation here. If not, if you do have some sensation, it's really sensitive. Like, be gentle with it. Don't be afraid, and don't forget to really take your time there. It's good to stand in front of a mirror. I'm just using the camera lens right now. So I just put on a little bit of here. I gotta make sure it's around the areola and on the nipple as well. And then I also dab some on the scar. In the beginning, when I first started out, like I got out of my compression binder and everything, I had to basically be very gentle like this. Now I can actually really rub it in there. So just have to see what works for you. In the beginning, don't be afraid to go soft, but make sure you're going over the location very thoroughly and everything. And right now I'm putting more over here because I notice the scars like are more noticeable here than towards the middle, probably because I'm not paying attention to this as much. So I'm making sure I'm really rubbing it in there. You really massage it in there. It's preferable that you do this twice a day, but you might want to wear shirts that like you don't care on getting stains on, because this does stain through and it's very hard to get out. So you grab another bit. You don't need that much. Now, if it's in liquid form, make sure it's not dripping everywhere. Otherwise, it's gonna stain like your underwear or whatever you're wearing. And depending on the color, it's gonna be very noticeable. So you do the same thing. I'm really rubbing in there, making sure I'm getting everything in. The only reason I'm doing this is because after I finish filming this, I'm going right to bed. I've been up since 10 p.m. last night. Oh god, this is night shift for you. But yeah, you really rub it in there, really rub it in there. My scars extend to like over here because I had some fat over there, so I also needed some liposuction done. Just a quick heads up. The surgery quote is going to depend like how much needs to be done, what type of procedure you need, and if there's liposuction that needed to be done. And I did need it more on this side more than the other, but it needed to be done on top of the double incision. I didn't have a particularly big chest per se, but I was from the testosterone and from the constant binding, it started sagging. It kind of looked like post-menopause, so it's like sagging. And if you have sagging skin, you're generally going to be suited for a double incision procedure rather than perioli, regardless of how big you are, simply because of the sagging skin, and it has to be removed. Aside from that, my chest sensation has basically more or less come back, but it's really sensitive. And when I do touch like the nipples or the areola or the scars, I feel it sometimes so intensely that I got to be careful of what's touching it. Only just recently that t-shirts or tank tops or whatever's coming in contact that I'm wearing on top of my chest started to finally not bother me, and I don't really process it anymore. Well, back then I used to feel it so intensely that I would get bothered when like my tank top or my shirt would like rub against it. But now I got so used to this sensation, it was like desensitized. It basically does not become the focus or the forefront of my mind when I'm wearing a shirt or anything. So, but aside from that, if I'm like doing something at work and I so much as brush across against it, it kind of hurts and I feel it so intensely. So it's gonna be a while. So my sensation came back, but I feel it a little too intensely at times. If you found this video helpful or you're just plain happy for me, give it a thumbs up. What are you waiting for? And if you haven't subscribed, like, click that subscribe button and don't forget to tick the bell because the YouTube algorithm doesn't really notify people of new videos. So if you don't want to miss something, you definitely want to do that. Also, I'm going to VidCon next month, and that's very exciting. I'm going to be meeting some awesome people, and I'll probably do collabs. No promises there, but I'm going to try and let myself out there as much as possible, and also enjoy Cali because I've never been there before. But if you're in the area, hit me up, and I definitely want to meet you all. Love you all so much, and I'll talk to you real soon.